Welcome to Innerji, Tarot, Tea, Astrology, and all things metaphysical. Hi, I'm Leslie, the Metaphysical Crone, and I'm going to be doing a reading for you for the week commencing this Monday, 11 October 2021. And this will be a reading that will be for each sign of the zodiac. So I will go through all of the signs, and I'm going to be reading with my tea cards and tea charms this week. Now, remember, this is a general reading for your particular star sign, so only take what resonates for you and disregard the rest. So let's begin. So here we have my astrological wheel, starting with Aries and working our way through the sun signs all the way to Pisces. So let us see what is in store for you, depending on where your sun was when you were born. And we're going to start off with Aries. And then we're going to move around to Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. So beginning with Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, and we have the Rose. So we have a bit of a passionate week coming up for you, Aries. And that's kind of right up your alley in some ways because you are a passionate soul. You're very independent. You have that cardinal fire nature where you just get in and do. And so this passionate energy of the Rose is going to sit very well with you this week. Let's add another card to that and get a little bit more information. And we've got the butterfly going with the Rose. So I feel that there's going to be something new. Something is going to change for you this week. And I feel it is going to be around a relationship because roses can also be about love, not just passion. So I feel that if you're in a current relationship, it's going to transform in a new way. Or if you are not in a relationship, I feel that there is potential for one to come into your life. Let's add some charms to that. And we've got three charms. We've got the telephone box, the old-fashioned telephone box, I don't know if anybody remembers those, the ladders, and the dancer. Now, with your independent nature, you can have quite a strong personality, Aries. So this week, with the dancer, it is about lightening up. It is about living more lightly this week and just, not being so gung-ho. It doesn't mean, when you're passionate, it doesn't mean you have to go, like a bull at a gate. You can be passionate about something, but you can go about it in a more light-hearted, graceful, gentle way. And it is around communication with a loved one. So there is going to be some communication with either your significant other or perhaps if you're meeting someone and if you're not in a relationship, that the communication is going to be solid and good. And this week it is about taking either the existing relationship or the meeting of someone new in a step-by-step fashion. It's not all in or all out. Take it step by step. So this is telling me to slow down a little bit this week for you, Aries, even though you're very passionate and you want to get in there and get things happening. Just slow down a little bit. Take things step by step. Lighten up. And you're going to have a very good week for love relationships. Now let's look at Taurus. We have the key for Taurus. Now Taurus has the energy of fixed earth. What does that mean? It means that Taurian energy is very reliable, very steady. They like things to be safe and secure. Taurian energy they're very good with money when it comes to Taurus people. And we've got a key here. And the key says that this week there's going to be a new door that's available for you to open it, that you need to choose whether you open it or not. Let's add a second card there and see what else we have. And we have, it's either a man or a male energy. When we get the cards of the man or the woman, it can represent either a physical person that is a man or a woman, or it can represent the energy. So if we look at the king here or the man here as an energy, this means that for you, Taurus, it's about you being a little bit more outward, a little less passive. It is about putting yourself out there more to open this door. It's not going to open by itself. You are going to have to recognize it and open it. Now let's add a couple of charms here. And what have we got? We've got the juicy lips and we've got the dog. bring that up. So the juicy lips, that's all about sweet talk. It's all about speaking sweetly, speaking nicely, not that Taurians are like this, but they can be when they're pushed. You know, it's not about getting too grumpy. So it's about keeping your talk, your communication sweet and happy and positive. And because of that, you will get a better response with the dog. Dogs can represent friendships, they can represent support and loyalty. So I feel for you, Taurus, for this week, opening this door, decide to open it. You need to be the one that does it. No one is going to do it for you. But as you do it, you are going to be supported. There's going to be support and friendship and loyalty there. But you do need to communicate in a sweet way. So a little bit of sweet talk to those around you will help you to be able to open that door. Now let's have a look at Gemini. Oh, in Gemini, we've got the lady. Now, Gemini energy is mutable air. So chat, 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 talk, 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 think fast, you do fast. You love learning, you like being out and about, bit of a social butterfly. And so what this is saying to me here with this lady energy, this is a more feminine energy. It's a more passive energy. So this is saying to me, Gemini, that quick mind and that quick tongue of yours, you need to soften it this week. You need to listen more than speak this week. Let's add another card to that. And we have the Dancer. And so for you, it is about having a bit more fun this week, which you're very good at. You enjoy being out and about with people, but it is about taking a lighter approach. You know, with your communication skills and with this sort of fast, quick response, you can kind of overwhelm people at times. So it is about just being a little bit more free, a little bit more, be like a dancer, be light on your toes. In other words, be light with your speech, be light with your learning and your thoughts. Very similar to Aries over here with the charm of the Dancer. Let's add a couple of charms to this. And we have the sewing machine and the comb. Now, Gemini, for you, you're good at juggling. You're good at doing lots of things at once, but it can get a bit chaotic. So the comb is saying to me, with all the projects and everything you've got going on in your life, it is time to untangle them, sort them out so that you can work out priorities, work out which things to really focus your attention on and to piece them together, because a sewing machine takes different pieces of material that have been cut out into a shape or a pattern and brings them together into a whole. So it is a bit of a sorting out week for you this week, but doing it in a fun, light-hearted way. Let's move on to Cancer. And for Cancer, we have the book. Cancer is cardinal water. This is the sign of the crab. There is nothing direct about Cancer energy. Cancer know exactly where they want to go, but they will go around, but they like the scenic route to get there, let's put it that way. And so with the book, Cancer, for you this week, it is about looking at your own books. It's about looking at your finances, looking at your budget, making sure everything is in balance. And I know that that's not something that you particularly are fond of doing because you're more into family, home and feeling. This is very left brain, whereas you're more right brain intuitive. But it is about looking at your books this week, looking at your budget, see what's happening, getting them sorted out. Let's add a second card there. And we have the cross. And, the cross is all about faith and belief. And so I think you have to really believe that you know what you're doing with this. Believe that the work that you do around your budget is going to be of benefit for you, not just, another chore to do. If you look at it as a chore, you're not going to get it done. But if you look at it more of how can I move forward in the future financially and have faith in that future, then it will be easier for you. Now we're going to pull out some charms for Cancer. And here we have the fairy. Oops, let me just turn this around the right way. And we've got the sun coming out from behind the clouds. So this is saying to me that this week, as you're doing books and looking at budget and finances and bills and all the rest of it, you will want to go off into fairyland a little bit. You will want to go into a dreamland a little bit. But if you stick to it, if you really bear that cross and do the work, you will find that maybe things aren't looking financially as bad as perhaps you've been thinking. With that sun coming out from behind the clouds, you're going to be able to see your way forward more easily, and things might not be as bad as you think you are. And I feel that that is why you've been avoiding them as well. You don't want to know the hard truth, but I think you might be pleasantly surprised. Moving on to Leo, and we have the frog. Now, Leo is fixed fire. So this is a sign where there's lots of energy and they can maintain that energy. This is a fun-loving sign. This is a sign of liking to be in charge. They're natural leaders, Leos. And so with the frog, to me, this week for you is about taking a leap of faith about something that you've been maybe wanting to do but haven't been sure about. And so it is taking that leap of faith. Let's add a card to it and see what else. And we've got the mermaid. You know, Leos are very charismatic people and mermaids are very charismatic creatures. So this is saying that when you take this leap of faith, it is going to add to your charisma. It is going to work for you. It's going to be positive for you. And let's add some charms to that. And we've got the mouse. I'll hold those up. We've got the mouse and the spider. So this is saying to me that even though there's a leap of faith that you need to take, and you know you will use your charming ways of being able to do it, just be aware that it might be a little more complex than you think, because spiders' webs are very complex. And the mouse means that there are going to be little things that will eat away. You know, you're a big picture kind of person. And so, you know, trying to get into the detail can be a little bit hard for you. So just be aware to look at the detail of this leap of faith that you're going to take and just look at the complexity of it. Just try and sort of, you know, unwind it and see what it really is about. But overall, I feel that you have the capacity to take this leap of faith, to deal with this with your charismatic nature. Moving on to Virgo, and we have the chair. Now, Virgo is mutable earth. So again, another earthy sign, another practical sign. But this is a sign who has a bit of adaptability about them. Unlike Taurus, where the earth is fixed, they don't like change very much. Virgo can handle change, but likes to do it in a slower way. Also, Virgo likes detail, likes order. And so we've got the chair here. And this week it is saying you might need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit more than you have been doing. You know, you like doing your routine, you like doing certain things at certain times, you like to have your lists. And so for this week, I feel it is jumping out of that, get out of that chair, get out of that comfort zone and try something new, a new way of being. And we have the ring. And this is saying that, you know, make a commitment to maybe looking at what it is that you do on a regular basis and see how you can change it up for the better rather than just repeating what has always worked. And let's add a couple of charms. And what do we have for you? We have the teapot and the broom. Now, the broom you're going to love because Virgos are neat freaks. They love keeping things clean and tidy. And it's not just because they want it clean and tidy, they want it orderly. So I feel that part of it this week is getting out of your comfort zone and making a commitment to changing the order in which you do things, which I've said. But also the broom is about cleaning out what's no longer working for you. It's not changing your routine for the sake of it. It's changing it and getting rid of what you don't need. And by doing that, that's actually going to give you much more time with the teapot here to be able to, you know, socialize a little bit more, whether it be physically or whether it be online, but, you know, to have a little bit more time for the light-hearted chat, less serious things in life this week. Looking at Libra, we are in the sun sign of Libra at the moment, so happy birthday, Libra. And we have the question mark. Now, Libra is the sign of the scales, and Libra is all about relationships. You know, you have a tendency to put others before yourself. And so this week you're going to be questioning. You're going to be questioning how can I find balance again between what I need to do for myself and what I feel compelled to do for others? So that is really important. With Libra, it's an air sign as well. So everybody thinks of Librans as charming and relationships and heart, but there is a strong mind there as well. And so I feel that with this sort of cardinal air energy of Libra, you are really questioning a lot at the moment. It's almost like one of those, being your birthday month, it's like, well, what do I want for the next year? What am I looking at for the next year? It's almost like you're in planning mode and trying to work out what your journey will look like for, the next 12 months. Let's add another card and see what we have. And we have the moon here. And so I feel that for you, all this questioning that is going on at the moment, it is about using your intuition to help you determine your way forward, not just sort of saying, oh, well, I will do this to help so-and-so because that's what I need to do, but being a little bit more discerning and really tuning into your own intuition and getting a feeling for what you are going to be looking to be doing next year as you question it, rather than coming from that cardinal air logical perspective. Let's add a couple of charms there. And we have the fire and we have the sign of Virgo. So what this is saying to me is that this questioning that you're doing and, really firing up your intuition, because that's what fire, the bonfire means to me, that you really are going to need to stimulate your intuition. And the Virgo is saying it's about the little things. It's not necessarily about the big things in life that you're questioning. It's about the little things that you can change as well. So firing up your intuition to help you answer this question about, well, what is it that I need to change over the coming 12 months? So this week is going to have a lot of contemplation about the little things in your life, how important they are to you and your relationships with others. Moving on to Scorpio, and we have the Karin. Now, Scorpio is fixed water, very intense energy, very private energy. I have a couple of friends who are both Scorpios, and while they're gorgeous people, they're very private about their deeper feelings. They only share them when they fully trust someone. And so with this bit of cautious energy that Scorpio has, it is important for you to rely on other people for support this week. Don't feel that you have to do it on your own. You can share with someone that you trust and the support will be there for you. Let's add a second card there, and we've got the Tower. And the Tower is about public things. So this is saying to me that support is there if you open up. If you don't open up, people won't know what's going on and therefore won't be able to support you. But for you, you're very careful about who you choose to open up to, and I think that's a very wise way to be. But the support is there if you open up. Let's add a couple of charms and see what else there is. And we have the giraffe, which is upside down, and the bat. Now, the giraffe is about moving gracefully and seeing the big picture, and the bat is showing laser-like focus. Bats also are highly intelligent. So this is saying that you need to combine this more easeful way of being, this more graceful way of being, whilst being focused and then gaining support about what's going on for you at the moment by opening up to those that you trust. Let's move on to Sagittarius, and we have the tombstone. Now, whenever we get the tombstone in tea cards, or if we get the death card in tarot, people automatically go, "Ooh!" And really it's not that scary. This is more about something that's coming to an end. So Sagittarius, for the coming week, there's going to be something that will come to an end for you, something that's had its time. It's nothing forced. It's something that's going to come to a natural end, and it's time. It's time to let go of something. Let's ask the cards for a bit more information. And we have the scales. Now, Sagittarius, you're mutable fire. Instead of a single rocket, like sort of rocket going off, which is more like Aries, you're a whole bunch of smaller rockets going off at once. You love variety, you love adventure. And I'm not talking about just, going and climbing a mountain, but, physical, emotional, spiritual, mental, logical. All those areas of life in terms of adventure are important for you, as is education. So I feel for you that there is something that you need to stop doing in order to balance out all of these interests that you have, all of these things that you've got going on, so that you can really focus more rather than jumping from one thing to another. And let's add a couple of charms there. And we have the electric fan, and we have the little hourglass, the little timer. So again, it's a timing thing for you this week, Sagittarius. It is time for you to let go of something that's no longer serving you. And if you don't, fans blow back air. So if you don't let go and keep on pushing and pushing and pushing, things will blow back on you and it will fall apart. So be aware that it is about the winds of change as well. So have a look at what's no longer serving you in this coming week. Let it go. Take the time to let it go so that you can rebalance. And let's look now at Capricorn. And we have the lady with Capricorn. Capricorn is cardinal earth energy. Cardinal earth energy is about starting new things. This is strategy. This is the big picture. If you think of Capricorn, you think of, the big boss, the CEO of the company. It's all about public things, getting recognition. It's about success. And so for you this week, Capricorn, whether you happen to be male or female, there is someone around you who is either a female, a woman, or a feminine energy, in other words, a more passive energy, who is there for you this week. And we've got the treasure chest. And so I feel that for you this week, Capricorn, whoever this person is, whether it be a woman or whether it be a man who has a more passive energy, they are going to be a treasure for you this week. They are going to reveal some interesting information that is going to seem like you've discovered treasure. So I feel that this person is going to be very positive for you this week. And a couple of charms there. And we have the horseshoe and the sign of Leo. So I would keep an eye out for someone that you know, whether it be in business or whether it be someone you know personally, a friend, family member, who may have been born in the sign of Leo. They may be there to help you. And we've got the horseshoe. So it's going to be a week of very good fortune for you based on information that comes from this person. And this person is going to bring it in a very fun, caring, it's almost going to be they haven't realised what they've said and how important it is to you, if that makes sense. But all in all, a very positive week for you. Moving on to Aquarius. We have the hourglass. And Aquarius is the sign of fixed air. So Aquarian energy. You can be a bit of a rebel, but you're a rebel with a cause. You don't just go against things for the sake of it. You like to research it. You like to find the truth of the matter before you decide what you're going to do. You have a tendency to stand up for causes, advocate for other people. This is also the sign of friendship. So you are a friendly soul, if not somewhat distant. And we've got the hourglass. So for you for this week, it is about taking a little bit of time and slowing down, watching the time. And then we'll add some charms, and I'm going to add another card. And what this is telling me with the balloon here is that if you take some time to slow down, you're going to find you're going to be feeling less stressed. I feel that stress has been getting to you recently because I've also got the baby's rattle and I've also got the pearl in the oyster. So I feel that either you have been shaking things up or you have been shaken up and irritated, but there is a pearl within. So take the time to really think through what's been happening that is maybe making you feel out of sorts, shaking you up a little bit, making you irritable. and really work out what that is, because there is a little pearl of wisdom within all that irritation, and that is going to help you release that tension. And finally, we have Pisces and the Mouse. Pisces. Pisces is mutable water, a highly emotional sign, a sign where boundaries just don't exist for people in this sign, depending on what else is going on in the chart. And that applies to everyone, of course. The sun sign is your core identity, and there are other things in your astrology chart that can either influence making it more intense, less intense, etc. But with Pisces energy, it is about just not recognizing boundaries. You can be a little bit airy-fairy at times, sort of off with the fairies, and feeling somewhat ungrounded. And so with the Mouse there, I feel this week for you, you've got to be a little bit careful about things getting away from you. Mice slowly eat away. They'll eat a little bit more. They'll slowly work through that giant block of cheese, little bit by little bit, until they get through it. And so I think you've got to be more aware of what's going on around you this week, and not getting lost in your own head, not getting lost in your own imagination. And be aware of maybe some little things that are kind of eating away at you or being taken away from you. Let's add another card to see. But the good news is we've got the Fish, and the Fish is all about abundance. So these little things that might be eating away at you or seemingly being taken away from you is no big deal, because the abundance is there. There is plenty for all. So whatever is being taken away, don't worry too much, because there's plenty left. And let's add a couple of charms to there. And what do we have? We have the tea bag, and this is an amethyst, little mini amethyst crystal. So the tea bag, it is about talking. It is about socializing. You're quite happy on your own, but I feel that for you, it is about being with other people a little bit more this week, having some social time if you can. And with the amethyst, it is looking at your spirituality. So getting together with other people who have same spiritual outlook as you do would be a really good way for you to go. I do hope this reading has been helpful for you. Until next time, I'm sending you many blessings.